And the issue is that I have been through all this training because I want to save this relationship.
Really?
What do you like to see different Gary does?
Is that
You do for
everything? Sorry.
How you do for him?
is that why you've been doing these trainings?
Well, it's not the only reason, but that, I mean, we have been working in the relationship
Okay.
as part of that.
So relationship is what, a 3 and a 6? So we're not doing so good, huh?
What's your money's worth, Gary?
He used to be a -2 and a -4, you know, and maybe, who knows?
Was it?
No, I mean, I don't
defend
know.
that.
It's just
Give me a
personal.
Well, after many
That's where
months than
you
you,
lose. I am
a lot
right there.
shifted for me.
What?
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 I started not taking him personally.
That's
as
true.
much.
That's true. Right. And what else shifted? Because here's the truism.
Well, the fact that I have a game now,
Right.
It's just because, you know, like the day we were training, this is so funny. Can I tell it? I'm going to tell it anyway. We were driving to the training, and I had directions from internet. And there were things like turn here, turn left there, and we didn't know where to go, blah blah. So we're looking for the directions. Myself rings, and it's Gary. And hi, what's up? And he says, there are 3 bears in the backyard of Great Falls. So I'm locking the doors. The kids cannot go out. 3 bears, and they said in the radio, and blah blah blah. I was like, okay.
3 bears?
Bears. 3 black bears.
3 black bears.
Quarter mile from our house.
Okay.
And the police were going from house to house,
Looking for the bears?
telling everybody to stay indoors.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Mama bear, and baby bear, for real, for real.
Are you in here? Hey, boo, boo, boo.
Once
Hey,
upon a
boo-boo.
time.
Drop that honey and come out with your hands up.
Once upon a time.
So I go to the training, I get home, and there was a note in the stairway. Please wake me up when you get home. I go like, oh, he must be very interested about my training. So all of a sudden, I'm in the kitchen trying to get something to eat, and he walks. I have a dilemma. I don't know what to do. I have to turn in this document tomorrow that I had to do a week ago, and I haven't sit down and do it. So I have 2 options. I either do it all night, or I just send him an email, say that I'm going to work on it in the weekend, and send it on Monday. I go like, okay. So he says, come here, sit down, let's talk about it. What do I do with this document? I go like, Gary, I'm going to bed. Good night. So, the next day he calls me and he says, I can't believe you couldn't sit down to talk about my work. When you want to talk about your work, you will talk about your work, and you wouldn't give me 5 minutes. I was fine. It was just like, whatever he would say would be okay with me. I was just not going to go there.
Right.
And that has shifted.
Yeah, good. That's what it's about. This is going to sound like a
But
personal
it's not
thing.
easy.
Now, it's not easy. Oh, God, no, it's not easy. And to whatever lengths, heights you go to freedom, unless he starts going to freedom, he's going to try to take it away from you. And I'm going to bet on the person going for the freedom. I don't give a shit about anything else. I like you. I do. I don't give a flying fuck about anything but seeing can people go to personal higher levels of freedom for no particular reason. We talk, is this the same or different when we were talking about the relationship?
Different.
What's different?
The room is brighter.
The room is brighter. What else? Does Dee Anna look the same or different?
Right, she's on her trainer channel.
Talk to her. Tell her what's different. That doesn't say anything to her.
She's sitting up straighter in the chair.
It looks like you have more
She's more
curiosity.
beautiful, more curiosity.
She's not as happy as she was before.
She's happy.
That's it.
Isn't that what you said you wanted?
Yeah.
Boom. It fucking happened. Now, will you try to take her happiness away?
I hope not.
You will. I know you hope not, but you will. And if you make yourself wrong for that, you're fucked. It's learned human behavior. It has nothing to do with how we came onto the planet. It is who we become in the process of being socialized, civilized. To whatever degree you are unhappy is the degree that you will go out to see whoever around you is unhappy. Go train. When we talk about the relationship, who's wrong?
Both of us.
Right, right. And the truth of it is, when you train, you know the fucking truth. Because up until that question, neither of you are wrong. You are both right for being who you are. And you can see that when you train. Now you get home, he's got his dilemma. Well, that's cool. It's your dilemma. Better you than me, Bubba.
Yeah, but the thing is, what happened with that was, okay, he decided not to stay up all night and postpone it. Then he had pressure all weekend because he had to do this document. And he wouldn't sit down and do it. So the pressure is on me because...
When? Yeah, what were the other details? Did he watch up TV all week long?
You watched TV all
Did he?
Yeah.
He did.
He probably had cold pizza.
Play the Game Boy.
Huh?
He would sit down and play with the Game Boy.
Game Boy!
He got you.
Right.
He got you.
But it's not even about me. It's about the pressure of having to turn in that document.
But that's
Help
not...
him a little bit.
Huh?
See what happened.
What?
Or help him a little bit to see
He
what happened.
won't let her.
Yes, you would.
No, he wouldn't.
Why not?
Because he's an
I'm
asshole.
not good enough.
See, not everybody's perfect. No matter. No matter.
No, it does matter. He wouldn't, I'm telling you.
That's not fair.
Hey, I know it's not fair, but they're not playing a fair game.
No, that means it's okay. It's not going to see who can solve the problem. See what I'm going to do.
He can't do it. Up until this weekend, I couldn't give Gary feedback, right? When I yelled at you this morning, it was so refreshing for me. It was like, what the fuck are you doing? That's not fair, goddammit. You take your opinion and then hammer me because it's your opinion. Because you think I know what I'm talking about, and I keep telling you I don't. I don't have a fucking clue what I'm saying. Hey, but what it brings up in people, Mitch, in this 30 day, it's been so fucking fascinating. We do the skit. I'm not going to do the skit. Do the skit. No, I'm not going to do the skit. Do the skit. No, I'm not going to do the skit. Why the fuck should I have to do the skit? Because you're paying me money to see if things can be different. Yeah, but this isn't how you would do it. Hey, Mitch, I've been at this for 15 years. This is how you do it. No, that's not how you do it. Nicole and I are so fucking amused. I get to laughing. He said, what the fuck are you laughing? I said, you. Well, what's that all about? I said, you think I really give a flying fuck whether you do the skit or not? Yeah, I think you care. I don't give a fuck. Well, then what's all this about? I said, it's what's up in your system. It has nothing to do with me. I know what I'm doing. I know how to create a result. And I do a really good fucking job of it. If you don't want to do it, that has nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing. And then he comes in on Friday, he says, I'm tired. I'm going to take the weekend off. Great, goodbye. Oh, says, God, can we let him do that? I said, I can. I don't know how you're going to fucking handle it. I'm going to be in D.C. I will not give a flying fuck whether Mitch is here or not. If he's in turmoil this weekend because he's not here, that has nothing to do with me. Will he bring pressure in to my organization on Tuesday when I get back? Yes, of course he will. He has no fucking choice. He goes into a family that he doesn't like, he goes into a business he doesn't like, and then he thinks he can come into my relationship and change things around and be different. But he can't. The pressure comes in with him. Right, you go train and you see how irrelevant everything is. I got this dilemma. Cool. You're fucking right. You've got the dilemma. Full Metal Jacket. You know what Dan Quayle's, they're making a movie of his war career, you know what it's called? Full Dinner Jacket.
Young Quail?
Yeah, they did. I mean, he didn't go to war. He avoided the Laker play.
Using the mirror MasterCard.
Full dinner.
You think we'll be the next president?
Who?
Little Quail.
No.
He's already out. He quit the race.
Dan Quayle.
Dan Quayle quit the race. Yeah.
He's a goner.
Thank God.
I'm
He
voting
saved
for
his
Warren
life.
Beatty. I can write him in.
There's only one thing to do. Stay focused on your dream. It ain't going to be easy. I'd like to lie to you. I'd like to tell you that people are going to come out of the woodwork and say, God damn, you changed my life. Please let me fill up classes for you. But it ain't going to happen. And you're going to labor at it for fucking years. And you're going to watch people change. You're going to watch them make dramatic shifts that they couldn't make in any other technology in a weekend. And then walk out and say, well, it would have happened anyway. And you have to agree with them. Right? You're right. It would have happened anyway.
Why do you have to agree with them?
Because it's the fucking truth. And if you don't agree with them, it's going to give them ammunition to make you wrong, which is what they're looking for in the first place. There's a guy in California who came to one of my classes, and he kept going to the bathroom all the weekend. No, go ahead.
That's kind of usual.
And he kept looking in the mirror saying, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, this guy is an asshole. He's sitting around telling stories, running off at the mouth, and he's a complete jerk. This cannot be getting me anywhere. Right? He's done Barbara DeAngelis, Joe Gray, the fucking Martian, Venusian,
Yeah.
right? Anthony Robbins, he's done them all across the board. You talk to him about a seminar, he's done. He spilled his guts. Told his wife everything, spilled his guts, cried in front of people, right? The whole fucking California scene. And his life is shit. He does one weekend. I call him 3 days later. I said, what? Things same or different? He said, my whole fucking life is different. I said, cool, what's different? And he said, my kids are different. My kids like me more, and I like my kids more. I like my wife for the first time in years, and she likes me. I don't know what it's about. He said, he's an accountant. He said, I used to be in my business and feel guilty because I was on the phone. And I love being on the phone. I knew that, but I was guilty because I didn't think the work was getting done. He said, since the weekend, I've stopped and I look and the work is getting done, and I'm still on the phone. And I love being on the phone. He said, I've golfed more in the last few days than I've golfed in the last 20 years. And I'm on the phone on the golf course and I'm having the time of my life. But it has nothing to do with your weekend. And I said, you're right. That's a true statement. And he said, but it all changed after your weekend. And I said,
That's good.
right. And I said, that too is a true statement. Right? And I'm thinking, this son of a bitch is seeing it. Right? You can't blame it on me, but you can't not blame it on me. Right? He is with the big people in California. I'm thinking, holy fuck, my classes, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. A fucking Jewish marketer, somebody that believes in me. He hasn't referred me one fucking person. You know why? Because he keeps looking in the mirror and saying, it couldn't have been that fucking weekend. There's no fucking way I can refer somebody to that kind of insanity, even if it will alter everything in their life. Every time I go to Sway Off course, it scares the shit out of Nicole. During your month long, we were walking along the bayou, and she said, thanks. And I could feel just the absolute appreciation. I said, for what? She said, for staying focused on the dream. For just never, ever stopping on the dream. He wants you to go towards the dream. He knows if he can have a dilemma that will take you off course, anybody can take you off fucking course. And until you get in your system, Diana, that your job is to go out and see who the fuck can take you off course, who the fuck can take your happiness away. That's your job. Man, ow, fuck, Jesus, that hurt. And if you stay down with the hurt, you're the one that's down. And I'll use you to I'll step over you to the next level, I will. Because I can't fucking be concerned about that. And if you are, you're fucked, your dream will disappear.
If she is concerned.
Pardon me?
If she is concerned.
Yeah, if she doesn't get up and brush herself off, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
If she lays there and whimpers about how somebody hit her,
Uh-huh.
you know, or how somebody brutalized her in the training, if she doesn't just get up and say, wow, fuck, it might take me a couple of months to get happy after that. Hey, everybody is counting on somebody to go to some relative level of freedom. Demetrius has a certain relative level of freedom. His worries are different than 1,000 other people's on the planet. But that ain't good enough for his fucking son. Right? Because you have big worries, that's not big enough. People on the planet are worrying about shitty little fucking worries. Right? About the $2 that somebody takes out of their check. Right? That's their fucking worry. And now he has significant worries in it, but it's not good enough for you. You shouldn't worry about those things. Lose everything and worry about the shit normal people worry about. Whether they're going to eat or not, or whatever the fuck people worry about.
I fell by the depression, I can go back again.
I see that. I see that, but I see the relative level of freedom that you created for yourself. Right? Just because you knew you could do it.
And it's contagious.
What?
Marcia has seen me pursuing my dream now for, well, it's coming up on a year. And, you know, getting results. And she, in turn, it's like she's, you know, checking out another band tomorrow night to do other projects with.
Right.
And she is happy.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And that is so fascinating. If you would have told me 2 years ago, and how long have we known her, that Marcia Meehan would end up a happy person?
It's not from your weekend.
It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that, no. She would have ended up that way anyway.
Maybe.
Keep bending again.
But I might not have lived through it.
That's true.
What's that?
I might not have lived through her getting happy the other way, whatever the other way would have been.
That's true. Both sacrifices usually are effective.
So why didn't you take the credit?
I do.
Oh.
I do. It's all because of me. Right? The Jewish accountant, his whole life is altered because he did a weekend with me. But if he says it doesn't, it has nothing to do with that, and I
So
argue
you
with
can
him.
argue.
Right? There I am, stuck in an argument. I'm in conflict. Right? And the conflict is purely his. It had nothing to do with your weekend. I know. But it all changed after your weekend. I know. But how can you know both of those things? Because they're both true and you're telling me they're true. And his resistance is to see, will you stay on track?
Well, how do I deal with I have to be with the kids, you have been going out every night, you have been doing this, you're doing your business meetings, and I am stuck with the kids, and I can't do anything.
What's the solution? See, I don't know. And I don't know whether you want a solution to it. And Nicole, last week, 2 weeks ago, it had to be October, so whenever the fuck October was, seems like it was about 6 years ago. Yeah, my November has seemed like October. It was like when I was a very young man. It's been a long November. My brother calls me up. He says, you want to go golfing? My brother is an exquisite human being on the golf course. And I can't say that about him all the time.
You're twinning.
Yeah. And on the golf course, he's an amazing individual. We have an amazing amount of fun on the golf course. But not on the golf course, he can be a real prick, a real asshole. Like, people go, put up with him, he's your brother. Fuck him. Let's go golfing. Right? Calls me up, want to go golfing. I said, yeah, I'd love to go golfing. I said, he said, ask Sally if she wants to go. Right? Yeah, you want to go golfing? Yeah. And he said, ask Nicole. Nicole thinks my brother hates him. Right? They had a tiff. Like in how, the distinction between men and women, I learned at a young age. My sister and I were fighting with my brothers. That was the particular team we chose that weekend, or that day, or that minute, or whatever. You know how when there's 4, it's usually 2 against 2, but the 2 always changes. So we're in the back of the car. My sister says, let's hold a grudge. I said, what's that? She said, it's where you stay mad at somebody for a real long time. I said, why would we do that? Right? Because I was already over the argument. Right? But she wanted to teach me how to hold a grudge. I didn't know what we were going to hold it for. We're going to make ourselves mad at this person? Yeah, we're going to stay mad at them. We're going to find ways to stay. Really? That was fascinating to me that people would do that. More of a yin thing than a yang thing. And men do hold grudges. I'm not saying they don't. So I said, Nicole, hey, Andy called, we're going golfing. Me and Sally and I, you want to go? No, I can't. I said, yes, you can. No, I can't. Yes, you can. No, I can't. I don't have anybody but the kids. Well, so find somebody but the kids. But I haven't got this done. So? She doesn't go. Right? I'm not going to beg her. I'm not going to say, please come. It's 9 o'clock in this morning. I grab my clubs. I'm on my way to the golf course. We have a great fucking time. Get finished with the first 9. Sally goes, holy fuck. I gotta go. I said, where? She said, I gotta go. Max is getting out of school early. I gotta go. I said, really? I said, can you go pick up my kids? So I said, can you go pick up my kids, send the pole over here? She said, what for? I said, have her golf the back 9. Andy and I are going to do the full 18 holes. So have her golf the back 9 with us. She said, yeah, I can do that. We had a horrible back 9, but it was more from standing around. I don't know if you know anything about golf. When you get in the swing of it, the more you stay in the swing. I go golfing with Jeff and Mitch. The first fucking hole, we get to the end of the hole. Jeff forgot his water bottle. Right? So they got to take the cart all the way back. Right? And you stand around waiting for... and golf is a motion thing. It's a synchronous thing.
Next guy behind.
Hey, so he has to go. Drives the cart all over looking for his fucking water bottle. Right? We get to the next hole. Mitch goes to drive the cart. The cart's completely dead. His cart. Won't do nothing.
Go back.
Right? He said, how long will it take us to golf? I said, we can get 18 holes done in 4 hours on this course. It took us over 4 hours to do 9. I couldn't hit shit by the end of the course. Now the fun thing was, Mitch is a good athlete. Right? He's right up on the side of a bunker and he's behind the water. And he's got to go all over the water to get on the green. And he's never played the game before. And I'm on the other side of the fairway. He says, what do I do from here? I said, hit a really pretty 9-iron. He gets up, swings. It goes right on the green. I said, that was it. He hit a really pretty 9. It was a beautiful shot. Right? But we had to force Nicole out of her reality. Right? Come up with a solution to get her out onto the golf course. Because she likes to golf. I love to golf. I'm not good at it, but I love the game. I'm really scared because the last time I started to get really good at it. Started to do things that I knew I was capable of, and they were consistent. It scared the shit out. I love it. Hitting 7 irons, 8 irons like they're supposed to be hit.
Your race memory. It's tough.
If only I had a test to
That's probably what it is.
test 3. Fucking tartan.
Your balls would be
Tartan
going
bag.
good without that.
My
You can
balls would be
start a style.
My putter would be straight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, straight.
strong.
Be
You know,
sure
Johnny
what I
Carson
was
got
going.
sued by Arnold Palmer's wife because he said to her, what do you do for Arnold before a tournament? She says, I kiss his balls. And he says, I'll bet you that straightens his putter.
Yep.
She sued him.
Really?
You know the only remark that Groucho Marx ever got sued for? There was 13 kids on his show, a husband and wife and 13 kids, right? And he goes, and they line him up smallest to tallest, and he goes and he makes some asinine remark to each of the kids, right? He gets to the wife, and he says, excuse me, man, why do you have so many children? And she says, well, I love my husband very much, Groucho. And he says, I love my cigar, but I take it out once in a while. It's the only remark that he ever got sued for.
Did they rump?
I think they harumped off the stage. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. But I like my cigar, but I take it out once in a while. I like my cigar, but I take it out of my mouth.
Take it out of my mouth once in a while.
Really?
Yeah. I take it out of my mouth.
I like it when people know what they're talking about. And I like it when people think that I know what I'm talking about. It is so cute. But that's not how it happened. I know. I know. I don't know how it happened. That's what I do fucking know.
The purpose of the narrative is to illustrate it.
Why ruin a good story by telling the truth?
Especially in D.C., for God's sake.
Isn't that Twain?
Does that Mark Twain say that?
I think so.
Really? I thought it was my uncle. Have you read Letters from Earth by Twain?
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
Almost everything like that. Hey, everything he wrote.
Fascinating book. One of the things he says, it's the devil writing from Earth. Right? And it was published posthumously. Right? Because he said, if this is ever published while I'm alive, I'll be excommunicated if that's possible. I'll be considered a traitor. right? All the things that he would be considering. And it's like the devil comes down to the earth and starts writing to God. Like, oh, you can't believe what these people are doing. He said one part of the species, the feminine part of the species, has this incredible sex drive. If you put one woman in a room with 10 men, they couldn't satisfy her if they tried. He said, and they have harems. He said, it is so backwards, it's incredible. And he says, people work their entire lives. They can't stand to be idle. Right? They don't like it. People don't like to be idle. It drives them nuts. He said, and yet their concept of eternity is that they're going to lay around idly and play music on harps. And nobody likes to listen to harp music. He goes, it is so cute how he goes on about like what we built. Like, here, for eternity now, let's lay around. Like that's going to be a fucking reward.
You know, that's kind of like a repeated riff from Huckleberry Finn. Because Huck's aunt is getting on him about how he acts and he'll never get to heaven like that. And he says, well, hang on a second now. When we get to heaven, we're all going to wear robes and sandals and walk around playing harps all day, right? She says, oh, yes, it'll be glorious. And I said, well, if it's all the same for you, I'd rather not go.
Nicole's sister, they went to a Catholic school, and they weren't raised in a real religious family, and the teacher started talking about the difference between heaven and hell, and the sister said, I think I like that hell thing better. There were nuns. See, if you get distracted from the dream, you lose the dream. If you make one person wrong on the way to the dream, you get to learn how to make that person right. And there's a good chance there's no appreciation going back and forth right now. Right? That's not wrong. That's how things are right now. You see Four Seasons with Alan Alda and Carol Burnett. They're talking about their relationships and their relationship, and they talk about it in waves and troughs. He said, sometimes we're on the top of a wave, and sometimes we're in the trough. And it's later in the movie, and they're just screaming at one another, and she says, we're in a really big trough right now, you know. Like, usually when people are in the trough, they make more things wrong than when they're on the wave. Instead of looking, oh, wait a minute, the wave is pulling out, so a bigger wave will come in. Mm-hmm. Right? They make the wave pulling out wrong. They make it sound simple, and they make it sound like it's the woman's responsibility and all that shit. I don't believe that. When you go above the line, when you go to where you go when you train, you see how there are no rules? You see how everything is irrelevant, especially the mundane things? Right? And I sit here and I tell you, this is how relationships are, but it's not. All of that's irrelevant bullshit data. Right? If you make yourself wrong in the data, that is not my problem. Right? You go to train. Right? You see how things are. Right? And it's scary as shit to somebody who thinks they know you. Because we are not educated to allow other people to go to freedom. Kathy Walker called me after she'd done a month long with Martin, and then she started doing some training. And she called me and she said, I got to talk to you. I said, okay. She said, last night I did a training. I got in the car and everything was so weird. And she went on to describe this real neat experience, and she was fucking terrified. I said, isn't that cool? She said, what? I said, isn't that what you live for? She said, what? I said, that's why I train, Kathy. I said, because I go to those real neat places that I can't explain to anybody else, but I'm so happy to be there that I live for it. And then I go out and try to find people to see that can take it away from me so I can experience it again. Okay? Because your mind will say, oh, I'm there, oh, I'm there, oh, I'm there, and you won't know that you're not there until you're there again. I went to Las Vegas. There's a guy and a wife, and they're getting divorced, but they're living together. They're still fucking and everything, but they're getting divorced. They don't want to be married. They don't want the constraints of it, right? And they're going to live in the same house. They're still living in the same house. They've been divorced for a year now. Right? He got a divorce settlement because she's wealthy. And they still live in the same house. And they still fuck. But they're divorced. We're sitting at table. And Ed's like different than I've ever seen him before. Right? And he is in self-actualization. Right? And I watch her pick at him to try to take it away from him. And he's brutal. She'd say something, he goes, go fuck yourself, Karen. Hey? And I'm like right there. And I haven't been there for months. And I realize that I've been there for months because he's there. Right? For months I've been telling myself, oh, this is where I am, until I see somebody who's there, and it's like, oh, this is embarrassing. This is my job, and I haven't been doing my job. Right? Oops. We get back to the house. She says, why are you defending Eddie? Because Eddie gets home, looks around and says, I don't want to be here. I want to go out in a casino. He doesn't gamble that much. He doesn't drink that much. He goes, gambles a little bit, drinks a little bit, and hangs out in the casino. There's life out there. Right? He's fucking out there. Gets back to the house. This is dead. I don't want to be here. Right? He's there 2 minutes. He's gone. We sit down. Why are you siding with Eddie? Because we're sitting at dinner. I said, how the fuck did you get here? He said, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? He said, 3 years ago I was here, but I had to use a whole bunch of drugs to get here. And I said, this time? He said, I don't know. I'm just here, Mick. I just found myself here. I said, cool. I said, I'm not defending Eddie. I said, I'm fascinated with where he's at. She said, it's me, isn't it? I said, I think it is. She said, if you were more like this, I wouldn't be getting divorced. She said, it scares the shit out of me. But God, I like it when he's here. He's just so unpredictable. And he drove her nuts. But you could see how electrifying it was for her. They had this old 1963 Carmen Ghia, and it was my car when I would come into town, right? He gave it away. He had a business that had been kind of limping along for years. He gave it away to people who wanted the business. Called him there from L.A. He said, I need you to be in Vegas tomorrow. Can you come to Vegas? He said, here's my business. He said, what do you want for it? He said, nothing. He said, it's not doing me any good. You guys are the ones who are running it. You've been running it for years. Here. Because he was making a small profit. He said, you should have seen him, man. It was so fucking cool. He said, he said, I've never seen people happier in my life. And he gives the Carmen Ghia to a guy, to one of the girls at work. Here. He said, what's this? He said, it's yours. You've always told me how much you like this car here. I've had it for years. I don't need this car. I had fun with that car. Bill Sand and I were running a show in Vegas. Had rented a car. He drove me back to the rental. He drove the rental car back to the rental car place, and I drove the 1963 Carmen Ghia. I went up to the girl at the return line, because he got in the return line. I said, I rented this car in 1963. I rented it. I lost the paperwork. Where do I return it? He's going, what? He said, I'm kidding. Relax. See, for me, I go on the road. Nicole doesn't want to be with the kids. That is not my dilemma. She knows what she can do. There are people around who want to be with our kids, and it's a simple equation. My kids don't want to be around us all the time. And I don't want them around all the time.
It takes a village after all.
And here's a village of it.
Slammed up.
How are you? See, out of the however many years we've been married, I've been on the road a lot. When I finally came to America after living in Switzerland, an American lady found me and she said, you need to take this to the States. I've never seen anything like this. And I've done every workshop. She was a workshop junkie. And people just goes from workshop to workshop. So you need to, and she said, I want to work with you. I said, okay. So we went on the road. Nicole was pregnant. I didn't see her for 4 months. And she catch up with me. She said, what? I said, I'm going to play the game. I said, this is tedious over here. You've been fucking slugging against this inheritance for, you're fighting with everybody, you hate everybody. I don't have time for this. I want to go play a game. That's the ruthlessness it's going to take. And if you look around and he's there, great. If you look around and he's not there, it's got to be great too. Mitch is in this perpetual fight with his wife because that's what he's learned to do. And he doesn't look at the fact that he is getting successful because he has somebody to believe in him, right? His wife believes in him, and he's getting successful now. And your wife believes in you at some level, yeah? And that's where a man gets his power. Right? They have to have that for their power, whether they know it or not. So Mitch is talking about divorce. I'm talking about divorce. I said, cool, good. You're going to get divorced? Yeah, I'm going to take the kids. So that's fine. She'll give them to me. I said, I doubt it. Live in your fucking illusional world.
You're not going to make it.
Hmm?
You're not going to make it.
That's the truth. He's not going to make it. Nicole and I talk about divorce. You know what is not one of the terms? The kids. You know why? She gets them. I have no problem with that whatsoever. And she can let me see them whenever she wants to let me see them. If it ever gets brutal and bitter where she hates me and teaches my children to hate me, there's nothing I will be able to do about that. And I will not fight. I will not use my children in a fight that I have with anybody else. All I live for, Diana, is just what you talked about. And when you get home from a train, nothing fucking matters.
Nothing fucking matters.
Timing isn't cut.
Yeah, beautiful. Synchronicity, Donnie says the synchronicity is God showing his hand.
Oh, that's cute.
That isn't cute.
Wow, I like that.
That is good.
You didn't need to leave for a while. Right, it would have been more fun for you not to watch him go through his dilemma, right?
He took my lights out.
Nobody ever takes anybody's lights out. Nobody ever does anything to anybody else. That is such a crock of shit.
Right.
Greg, that was in my 30-day in LA, remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Right, the celibate monk. Amazing how many celibate men who I've met who've gone into celibate life, and they're the horniest men I've ever met in my life. They're like chihuahuas in fucking heat, and they think that some sort of celibacy is gonna bring them some sort of enlightenment.
Yeah.
So he comes and he does a training, right? And he's like different. And he talks to me about this spiritual teacher who asks him to leave the monkery, or whatever they call it.
Monkey pad.
The monkey palace. Right? And when he is asked to leave, his teacher says to him, a canary should not try to be a bird, or try to be a cat. And that's his feedback when he's asked to leave. All he's saying is, you're not a priest. Right? You shouldn't try to be something that you're not. And he's striving for this thing called enlightenment, when the man that he's working with is enlightened by being a priest. And he is so enlightened that he can see when it's not going to work for somebody, right? You shouldn't try to be a cat. So he says, I wouldn't want you to meet my master. I said, I think it would surprise you. He stopped. He said, I think you're right. And he was real willing to do that a lot of times. He said, I think you're right. He said, I think, yeah. And then you could see him go out into imagination. Because his teacher is self-actualized, right? And he's self-actualized as a priest. Right? I self-actualized as the village idiot, but we would have something in common, right? We both know that we were ourselves. Greg went back to his teacher. He called me on the phone. He said, my teacher took my lights out. I said, I doubt it. He said, no, I went there today. And he took my lights off. I said, I don't think that's possible. I think you're telling me a lie. He said, no, honest to God, man. Honest to God, that's what happened. He said, I went in there and I started talking about some of the things we talked about. And he looked at me and he said, it's all mind-based conclusions. It has nothing to do with reality. He said, when I went in there, I was so confident. When I came out, I was so insecure. I said, yeah. He said, he took my lights out. I said, he did you a tremendous favor. He said, what? I said, he took you to insecurity, which is one of the most valuable places you can be in life. How you respond to the insecurity is your problem. It has nothing to do with him. You see him say, oh, fuck. He said, I should go thank him, huh? I said, that's what I would do. And Alan Watts, The Wisdom of Insecurities. One of the most brilliant books ever written. Because he tells you the fucking truth. Life is not secure. You're going to die. You don't know when you're going to die. It's going to happen unexpectedly to some people and expectedly to some people. Right? You're going to be on a fucking Egyptian air and you're going to be thinking to yourself, when I guess, this is today that I'm going to die. No, you're not. You're going to be thinking about getting to Egypt. You're going to be thinking of vacation or spending time with your family or your loved ones. You're going to be thinking about the business that you're going to be doing, and the next thing you know, you're going to be heading towards the fucking ocean. And you may be alive for a full 2 minutes of your life because you are completely in your sensations at that moment. You're completely aware of every little fucking detail that's going on around you because of the terror that's in your system. There's the security. That's as secure as it fucking gets. But it always happens to somebody else. Right? The mind always says, oh, I don't know you.
I don't put my fate in your hands anyway. I'm not doing that.
None of the pilots I fly with are Muslims. How the fuck do you know? They're Mormons, for their sense.
Closet Muslims.
Classic Muslims.
Ever think about the time I was on Eastern Airlines flight and the cargo door blew?
What?
Cargo door blew?
No.
Yeah, we just...
What kind of bird?
Huh?
What kind of plane?
It was 727. And we just crested 32,000 feet. I was coming out of a sleep. And I was sitting in first class, first row, right-hand side, sitting forward, left-hand seat. Dead right on me. I was doing business. He was going to sign some contract, and he had to be there precisely. And I looked up, and the lady was serving me breakfast, and the pilot had like a Snoopy mask on. It was like this. And you heard it, and it was like, no. It was like a whoop. Like somewhat, like the plane hit a road bump. Right? All of a sudden there was no air. That was it. It was gone. Like, shit was flying. The plane goes, and the guy's screaming, puts a Snoopy mask on, right to him. And the oxygen masks come down, and the stewards were trying to scream to tell people what to do. They tried to grab the masks and the portable canisters. And
I like it. This is exciting.
Yeah, that's good.
the pilot's saying he's got to get to a lower altitude fast. And we were coming out of Tampa. We were coming up over southern Georgia. We hit 33,500 feet. And he took the plane, and then out of the windows on the side, you saw the ground here, like this, right? The dirt was on this side of the window. Instead of like this, it was like this. We would have died.
Going up?
Oh, I hear
Oh,
you.
God, they're down.
Yeah. So you saw
Everything was on the ceiling. The stewardesses were trying to hang on to the belt straps up front or something, whatever it was they were on.
They tell you not to stuff it.
I made a decision. I put my fate in your hands.
My breakfast was all over me. It was eggs, because I'll never forget that. I had a white shirt on.
In the unlikely event that I have made a decision.
So, and the people were screaming, the guy next to me's having a heart attack.
No.
Right now.
That big story?
No, this is cool.
And
Did he have a real heart
everybody,
attack?
he thought he was. I mean, I'll tell you what happened, but people were just screaming bloody murder, people praying and doing this, doing the crash position, all this shit. And he's like, we're gonna clear, we're clearing 20,000 feet, and as soon as we get to 13,000 feet or whatever the altitude was, right? You can breathe. We were all breathing through the masks. And by the way, no trick, there's a pin that you have to pull.
Oh, they don't tell you that.
No, they don't tell you that. When the mask falls, there's a little pin.
Yeah, you have to open it.
Pull the
Right.
mask, but there's a little pin.
Yeah, there is something that you have to pull.
Oh, I thought you had to pull the mask off the other guy's face so that enough oxygen.
He figures the pin out, you pull it from
You
him.
pull it from
I
him.
put the mask on the guy next to me and go,
You didn't need it? He's having a heart attack.
and all the way down, right? And what? It was real fast. And he comes in, and he's screaming, and the pilots are screaming and screaming, and we're sitting there, and the cockpit doors banging back and forth, and the shit's flying, and they said, we're going to make it in Macon. They were coming in hot, and then one here, whoop, 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 pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And all of a sudden, the plane goes straight up. They calculated the altitude for Atlanta, and Macon is higher for some reason than Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And they come in trying to avert a crash, and they don't make it for easy. We come in hot to Atlanta. We come in, and we made it fine. They even pulled us up there and got us close to tarmac and came down with one of those things we walk down, so we have to do the jumps. And I come off, when I came to Belly, when I came all the way down, all I could think of was I just sent my sister a check to help her out, and how much, if it didn't get there, it would accrue an interest over the next several years. All the way down, that's all I thought about was the interest rate. Gee, that's 4.5%.
Yeah, money's just falling out of his mouth. He's falling out of the sky, money's falling out of his mouth.
We get into the airport, and take you by the arm, they gather your belongings, and they walk you off the plane.
Cool.
Right? And I was in first class, first seat, or on the right, A, B, C, D, C. And they took her out. And they said, they hold me by the arm, and she's helping me off. She's like, where do you need to go? Or she says, what can you do to help me? I said, I'm just supposed to be in D.C. for a beating. She's like, are you really sure you want to fly? And I go, yes.
Yes, I would love
So
to.
she goes, okay, and they get a cart and bring me over to this other thing, the whole airplane. We get on, it's DC 727, I'm sitting in one seat. I lay back, I'm asleep. And all of a sudden, you hear the ding ding, ding ding, up in the cockpit. I look up, this lady's serving me. The pilot's looking around looking at me because apparently they knew they held me for that reason. I'm thinking to myself, give it to
Now you see the benefits of male denseness. I can go down to 33, to 13, to avert a crash, and I don't even know if I have to.
Well,
I fall asleep.
I looked down and I saw the,
Yeah, but the only evidence is,
You had the shirt.
never saw it in the headlines.
oh no. Really smart guy.
But they walked every single person off.
Which is your suburb?
Oh, yeah.
And what year was that?
1980.
We flew from Hawaii to Chicago with a bomb on the airplane.
You did?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Well, I talked to a security guy a few years later, and I told him, and he said, yeah, he said, the chances of having a bomb on the airplane are like 1 in 40,000. He said, the chance of having 2 bombs on the same airplane are like 1 in a million. He said, so I would tell all my agents to carry a bomb with them because it increases the chance. We were flying. It was late at night. I was up. Nicole, we had me and Sally and Sam and Lenny were on the airplane. And it was just packed coming back from home. So I watched the pilot go back to the back of the airplane and go into a bathroom that's occupied. This is the first thing I noticed. It's kind of funny. And I hear the stewardess saying, if it were me, I would land this airplane right now. And the stewardess said, look, it's not your decision. You're not the pilot. Keep serving the clients. This has nothing to do with you. She said, I would land the airplane now. She said, shut up. It's none of your business. Because we had apparently just hit landfall in California. And the pilot comes out of the bathroom, right? I'm thinking, this is weird. Something weird's going on. So I'm up most of the night. We get right close to Chicago, and I am fucking deep. I fall asleep. Apparently, they dropped the airplane out of the sky like a rock.
keep him out.
I said, okay, when we land, stay in your seats. Do not get in the aisles. Do not get in the aisles. Gather your personal belongings the best that you can while staying in your seat. Right? But do not get in the aisles. Right? We're standing there gathering our shit together, and like 6 guys in silver suits, right, with the face mask, everything, run in, and they're running right back towards the bathroom. They were the pilot. I'm thinking, wow, fuck, something is up big time. We go out. I walk Sally and her kids out to a bus. Right? I turn around to go get Nicole and Mia. Right? And there's like cops, buses, everything. We are way, way, way away from the terminal. I turn around and there's a cop right there. I said, boom, where are you going? I said, my wife and baby are on that airplane. I'm not going anywhere. He said, walk with me for a minute. We walk over to the van. He said, you've got 3 more coming on this van. As soon as they get on here, get out of here. I'm thinking, this is 30,000. Oh, hey, you don't know what's going on. Get in the van, right? This guy, I mean, he's squealing, getting the fuck out of there, screaming. I said, what's going on? He said, we're not allowed to pay. I said, come on. I said, we just got off the airplane. What the fuck is going on? He said, at 7:15, our plane landed at 7:30. He said, at 7:15, a call was made to the airport that there was a pressure release device on the airplane, and the airplane was going to explode at 10,000 feet. He said, they had found a device earlier tied to the door. I said, I didn't understand. I said, you know, whoever put that there, I only got one thing to say to him. He said, what's that? I said, na-na, na-na, na-na. Everybody's in the van like, ah. I've been up drinking with these boys from Tennessee. Right? They were on a different bus. We're down in bags time. Everything's fucked up. We don't know where our bags are. We don't know what turn with them. Right? This kid comes up. He says, what was going on that airplane? And I said, there was a bomb on the airplane. He said, what? I said, that's what told me it was a bomb.
Were you supposed to land in Chicago?
Yeah. This guy just kept it up. Right? And then when we got close, the call came in. There was a pressure release. And he couldn't figure out what it was on the door, so he wasn't going to stop. And then somebody called and said, so this kid says, I don't think I like the idea of merely getting blowed up. And I said, well, it's a significantly better idea than getting blowed up, don't you think? Karen said, we'll get Gary in the chair, we'll look and see. You know, the job in a relationship of a woman is to control a man. And be sure that she's wrong for her part in the relationship.
To be sure that she is wrong in the part of controlling a man.
In the beginning, God created man, and then he created, whoa, man.
Whoa, man. Right, how, what she said when she got in the interview class.
Yeah, I
Right,
feel
I'm going to get up here and you're going to make me wrong. Yeah. How can I make you wrong? You're doing great.
So they're part of that learned human behavior.
Yeah, it's part of the whole game.
Part of the game.
Right, you're a boy, therefore you'll make me wrong. You'll tell me that the relationship is my responsibility, and I will pretend that I believe what you are saying, even though you tell me not to believe what you're saying. But I will be wrong for it. And you see how she went right into the wrong, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Because she took herself out to the experience of after training, where everybody's right. And even when Gary comes with a dilemma, he's right. That is so fucking cool. You're so right, because here's the difference between tragedy and comedy, Gary. It ain't happening to me. You do have a tragedy. I don't. I keep saying that to Mitch. Boy, does that fucking rile him up. I said, you seem to be in a tragedy. He says, it's not funny. I said, to you. Right? The difference between tragedy and comedy is tragedy is when it's happening to you. Right? And if you're in a tragedy, you think that everybody should be there with you. Right? The thing is to stay as detached as you can and enjoy his tragedy. Because it has nothing to do with you.
Enjoy Gary's tragedy?
Why not?
Why not?
It's self-created.
Yeah. Right.
It's all around a piece of paper that wound up on. Right? He was taking, writing a fucking paper or whatever, I don't know. Doing whatever, making a phone call, whatever it would take. Right? But if it's your dilemma and you get into it, then it's your dilemma as well. And he's not wrong for getting into the dilemma, right? He's not wrong for being in the dilemma. He's not wrong for being in a job that he doesn't like. He's not wrong for bringing that home. If you don't want to be around it, you have to make a decision.
So what's he wrong for?
Right. Right. Well, then what is he wrong for, goddamn? Because he must be wrong. He's a man.
Well, look at him.
Yeah, just look at him. First he's wrong.
Wait a minute, I have to get out my reading glasses. I've made the print very small so it all fits on the page.
What is that stupid joke if a woman is in the woods? Oh, if a man is in the woods by himself and he says something, and there's no woman present, and he says something, is he still wrong?
Oh, right, that's a good one.
Then Richard Jennings is so cute, you know? Okay, guys, okay. How many of you guys have been accused by a woman of a plot so complicated you were incapable of thinking it up? Right? And when they say that, they say, well, you did this, and then that's what happened, and then you did this, and it's like you're fascinated with your own intelligence, right? I did, but you can't do that, because that's the wrong response. Okay? When I did my second self-actualization, I was going out with this woman, and I can play innocent in it, but I don't know whether I wanted her at the class or not. I don't know. I knew my mom was coming down, right? And so she came, and I called people all over the country, right? When I did my first self-actualization, there were 4 participants. When I did my second self-actualization, there were 24 participants. Right? A lot of them were there because of me. And I was going out with this girl, and she came and she said, "You've got that class coming up this weekend." I said, "Yeah." And she said, "You don't want me there." I said, "I don't." She said, "No, you don't. You haven't asked me to be there." I said, "I told you about it." "Yeah, but you didn't ask me. That means you don't want me there." I said, "It doesn't?" She said, "No, you don't want me there." I said, "Okay." But that it didn't end there. You know what I mean? It like went on. It was like fucking relentless. There was no way out of that. Okay, I don't want you there. No, that's not good enough. Okay, I do want you there. No, you don't. What the fuck? The plot's so complicated, I was incapable of fucking thinking it up. Right? Women have power. And women are smarter than men. Right? What gets me is when they don't stand up and play the game. And then they blame it on somebody else. You're making me wrong. What about me? You took my lights out, you gave me a headache, you fucked with me.
I feel like my date is kicking
So I'm the bitch.
Huh?
So I'm the bitch.
Oh, you're an asshole.
It's clear you're the asshole.
What?
So I'm the bitch.
You know, that fascinates me. They are both taking each other's voices, like quoting the other one speaking. I'm the bitch. Her doing her impersonation of good. And then
It was just so cute, I had to do it.
I know.
Right, it's cute
It's
then,
part of the
isn't it?
game.
Yeah.
Right.
The funny thing is that even the next day when he called me, he left a voicemail. "I can't believe you can't take time for me." I was like,
Wow!
Right.
what a great game. But I mean,
Is this part of having kids where you actually do your impersonation of the partner?
You can.
Part of having
it's
kids.
part of the training. We're
Right.
doing role plays in the parenting training, so, and I have learned how effective they are, because you can show the other person.
And you can start to see for yourself.
Right.
You actually get into who the other person is.
Right.
And you can start to see their side of it.
And feel their compassion.
Yep.
Right.
Start to be
Role
compassionate
plays
with them.
really work.
Yeah.
like when-
training
for-
class. Have you done it?
For example,
No, that's a good.
for example, if Tamara communicates something with pressure, with whatever,
You do.
or self-pity or whatever, if you just replicate what she's doing and say, this is how you're saying it, they catch it a lot faster and a lot easier than going through the whole explanation.
See, and like Harry said, "So I'm the bitch," right? She says that, right? Like there's something wrong. And you gotta stick your tits out and say, "So I'm the bitch, huh?" Like my brother was living with us, my twin brother, and he was drinking a lot, and it was impacting our family. And one night I didn't sleep. And Nicole says, "I want your brother out of the house," and that's why I didn't sleep, because she was in this turmoil. I said, "When?" She said, "What?" And I said, "When?" She said, "It's that simple." I said, "Yeah, it's that simple. It's our house." She says, "You got 2 weeks, Andy, you gotta be out of here." 2 weeks. The day comes up, he says, "I need an extension." She said, "That's too bad. You don't have one." He said, well, she said, you told me, I told you when you need to be out, and this is the day, you need to leave. He came back, he was drunk. He said, your wife is a bitch. And I said, I know. That's what I love about her. You're a fucking asshole. I said, we're a match made in heaven.
It takes so much discipline not to engage, though.
I know. And then when you get engaged, as quick as you can, notice the engagement. As soon as one of you realize you're engaged in a useless struggle, say, okay, I'm engaged. Okay, I'm right in here with you. We're both engaged. Right? Let's see if we can get more engaged.
And I get engaged even because I'm hungry. I mean, no reason whatsoever, but I'm hungry. I can't even talk.
So go eat.
Yeah, but notice it. How much of our shit
What about-
comes out of asinine, piddly other irritations?
The thing that's occurring to me is that maybe what's indicated is 2 pairs of puffy gloves and an engagement ring.
An engagement ring.
Hey, that's cute. You've got that cute shit going on, don't you? You're cutie pie.
That's true. Fucking call it. Here's we're fighting. Let's go for it. Get the fucking bataka sticks out, the puffy gloves, and go nuts.
They've got these big
You know what they call
blow-up soccer boppers. I've been tempted to get those.
Like this, like that.
All right, we
Think about this long. Think about that. Wear a helmet in the body suit and you
Is
can
that-
shit out of it.
Yeah,
Helmet.
that might not work. She might not like it.
Yeah.
Might not like what?
Getting the shit walloped out of her.
Usual six.
Yeah, she might not.
You were saying different.
Different.
Yes, dear.
Okay, the same.
Ah, not much.
It's a lot easier. It's an easier answer. You don't have to think.
Right, right.
I thought he wasn't, and I heard him.
Oh.
See, here's the truth. Where you go when you train, that's where the fire got caught. Right? That's where people can start to open their imaginations here. Right? Where Amy comes to me and say, look at this. And where I can go in and she can say, here's what I have in mind for this. I have in mind that you're going to make advertising and he's going to give you seminars. And the guy says, okay. That's intention. I couldn't walk into, one out of 1 million businesses in the world would not say that to me. Wait a minute, I gotta give up revenue for my, no. Nothing out of pocket, I don't care. No. This guy's, yeah, give me a proposal. How do you want it to work? That's intention. Right? The space you go to when you train is who you are. When somebody takes you out of there, you have to appreciate them because all it means is you get to find another way there. When I was in LA and I had everybody in the room, I told them the truth. Whenever I sit down in front of the room, as soon as I start, it sounds like the same thing. This is how we're born. I said, as soon as I start, my spirit starts to rise and I start to move towards freedom. The first healing through humor after the LA 30 day, in LA, I sat down in front of the room and nothing shifted for me. I went all the way through the data, I asked the questions because I would at least have discipline to keep going, you know what I mean? And not stop playing the game even though there's no evidence that it's having the impact that I want it to have. Elise was assisting at the back room and she came back and I went back in the kitchen and she said, the light of the train, right? I started crying. I said, I fucking hate this. I don't want to do this. I don't like this game. This is a horrible fucking game. Why would anybody consider this game fun? She was like shocked. Right? It is what was in my system, and if I don't get it out, I get to stay stuck with it, right? I knew I was going to get over it, but I couldn't see that I was going to get over it, right? When you're there, it seems like you're never going to get out of there. Right? So you have to set systems in place that demand of you your excellence. Do trainings. You can get your attention off yourself, and you go to the spaces that are coming. And when you don't go there, relax. You've got the system in place. You're getting 27 people to a preview. You're desperate. I love it. I've got the train. So do I. No big deal. So before you got here, Sally's reading a lot of Maslow's books. Right? And she's starting to see, she's coming to me and she said, did you know this about a self-actualized person? And I said, what? She said, self-actualized people don't spend a lot of time around people. She said, they need their privacy. I said, I didn't know that. It's what I do, but I didn't know that I was supposed to be doing it, you know what I mean? There's times when I just don't want to be around people.
In that seminar that I took the other day, they asked Ted Turner that if they took everything away from him, and if he could keep three things, tangible or intangible, what would he take? And he started talking. It was very funny. The guy is very funny.
Ted is.
Oh, he's out there. He says, you know, right now you can have a virtual life. You can do everything over the computer. You don't need to talk to anybody. You're just doing. And in 20 years from now, the computers will have emotions. So you could even have sex, but he didn't say you can have sex, but he said something like, well, you can get KO jelly, KY jelly, and do your computer or something like that.
And canine jelly, I do my dog.
Thank goodness you don't have a dog.
Oh, yes, I do. Her name's Tamara.
And she's a dog.
Thank you, sir. How would you like that? I like the white women. Where are the white women at?
And what he was saying was that all he needed to keep was his people. And then the guy who was interviewing him said, but you are not known for being around lots of people. He says, well, I need some time off, but I really have to have people around.
There's the paradox.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You need your time alone, but it's like Nicole would invite people over to the house, and we're getting much more discriminating.
Mm-hmm.
Right? People come over and they're in their habitual normal lives, which are kind of disrespectful to one another. We had some brothers come over, so they'll never come back.
That is amazing how, everything shifts for you on that sense. I noticed that friends that used to be friends, I'm not even interested in them anymore.
Like Patricia?
Yeah.
Who sent you the email by accident?
That's a great story. Does Mick know that story?
No.
Oh, that's worth repeating.
The questionnaire that you sent that everybody fill out, was just so funny. I sent it to Patricia, and she forwarded it to her husband, but instead of hitting forward, she hit reply. And she put, aren't all they crazy? So,
I believe in accidents.
so the thing is
That's what
that
I was thinking.
she has been making you wrong for everything, right? So right now I'm in the wrong side because I'm just hanging out with you guys. So it was funny because then she said, she sent an email. She said, sorry, I sent this email by mistake. It was a pretty cute explanation of what she had done. And I just answered, I said, don't worry. When I got it from Mick, I thought it was crazy. But it has created so much magic for me that I'm amazed that I'm so glad that I sent it. So the next thing she did was she took out all the questions that were insane for her.
She only answered the questions you wanted to answer.
And then she sent it.
Like, what questions were insane?
Oh,
Have you ever skinny dipped?
Yeah, that was amazing.
And you've never skinny dipped?
No?
Really?
No.
No, I want to be there for the first time. Because now that you're getting skinny, you can dip.
See how I...
Well, we kind of did on Anna Maria Island.
No, but that wasn't skinny.
What disqualified it?
We were in...
Sex under the water.
Yeah, but we were naked.
We weren't skinny, dear. A couple of years ago. When Jeff sent his back, there was the one, have you ever been convicted of a crime? He said, yes. And man, when he came down from my side, I said, what crime have you been convicted of?
Speeding.
No, I said, what's felony, right? I said,
Oh, felony.
he said, none. I said, yes, you were. No, I wasn't. And I said, that's, you wrote that. And he just hit the wrong answer. I just wrote down yes by mistake. Read the question wrong. I'm like, yeah, I got a fucking criminal.
Did you read
Huh?
Did you read mine? About that?
That's a crime?
Yeah. I said no unless you consider those stupid speeding signs to be valid or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
For hurtling down the road.
So that was fun. But at the same time, you know, I just feel there are so many people that I don't even want to be involved.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, before you got here too, I was saying that when Nicole and I first started doing this and we were living in Europe, because we had a furniture company, we also had a lot of mattresses. And it was one of the things that ended up in our house. We had dozens of mattresses. None of you know that. We had 5 or 6 mattresses. And I said to her one day, what are we going to do with all these mattresses? She said, for when all of our friends come over. Because we were relying so heavily on each other. And we couldn't get anybody to relate to. And it was just real bizarre.
Yeah, Gary and I had experienced that for a long time.
Hmm? And what you're doing now is creating a whole new set of people to, right, to serve, basically.
Play cash flow with.
The cash flow with. So parenting is coming up the first weekend in December here? Have we got enrollments?
Not completed.
Okay.
Not completed enrollment.
How many are we going to have?
8.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I had said 12 before.
12?
Yeah. So we're doing this preview and
How's the preview coming?
I haven't given you a call. Did you put the flyers around the neighborhood?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I invited today a neighbor of mine and she's not going to be in town. How about schools? Schools around here? Do you have any?
I haven't visited any schools. I do need to quit my job.
And it's just going to take persistence.
Really?
One of the weird things, you know, we went to Malibu this year, and there were people across the way, and the Jewish accountant had come out to sit with me just to see whether, you know, we were just sitting and talking. And the kids were cleaning the RV, Nicole was on the phone, and Mia came out, she said, can we do custom clean? I said, yeah, go ahead. Right, so they're in there doing custom clean. So he leaves, the accountant leaves, and there's people sitting across the way, so we go talk, and they said, what do you do? I said, I do a class called Human to Human. I said, what's your name? Mackenzie. She said, so he said, I've heard of you. I said, what? She said, I know, but I've seen a flyer of yours or something. Right there from down in, like, real southern part of LA, not as far as San Diego. And I said, oh, well, that's cool. And she says, we've been watching your kids. I said, yeah, and she said, they're so independent that they watch out for each other so well. She said, I watch even the little one, how the other ones watch out for her, but just how independent she is. She said, you have marvelous kids. I said, thanks. I said, I said, finished custom clean. And they said, what? I said, we do this thing called custom clean and they're allowed to swear as much as they want. And she said, that was the one thing we couldn't figure out. I said, what? She said, we heard all these little voices saying all these very filthy words from your RV and from these magnificent kids for what was going on. I said, yeah, kids want to swear, and we let them do it when they're cleaning. And
It's gonna be the opening scene of a fucking Human to Human movie.
custom clean?
Oh no, you gotta see and you fucking bitch, you don't know what custom and cleaning is. It's
Yeah, I mean, it
and
was so
she's
cute.
so delighted.
Yes.
Did you do it?
Ian McCain.
Oh.
You
4 years old, he says that?
Andrea asked me the other day if she could cuss and clean like the McKenzies. I said, sure. She goes, shit, shit, shit.
That's when she couldn't string him, right? She'd go, fuck. Fuck. She couldn't string them together.
She was like, I don't know any other ones. She just
Man.
Yeah, but she hasn't relate to them.
I tell you, one of the cutest things I saw from a 4-year-old Greek girl, little kid, was that she was using the word man like a swear word. You man. You man. It's just, how could you get the cuss out of the word man? You learned that real soon.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Ready to house?
Really?
Single parent child or?
Oh, no. What's interesting?
Maybe you could trade out with that woman for weak Gary.
Is there anybody in your office that we might want to invite
What's their
to
name?
the reviews, please?
I'll put up the flyer in the
That'd
board.
be cool.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah? Want to get home?
That may be, in fact, the trainer pose. This is what you do a lot when you train.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
Yeah, this may be the fact that there might be something to this pose. I don't know what it
Well,
means.
I think that your circulation.
There's something about the mudra of the body language of that pose. I got a picture of Ram Dass's guru, Baba Shri Karoli. Right, the devotional picture of him, he's laying back, sort of consideration, he's like this. One of the poses that he strikes to get into that thing.
Huh.
I'm sure he's not just subtly giving people a minute.
He might be just sort of like, hey, you stupid Americans.
Miss America.
You Miss America.
Patty cake, bakers.
So do we turn the recorder off or keep it rolling?
Turn off.
Amazing.
It's the chairman.
Turn off the butter.
Chairman.
I used to have a suit very similar to that. And
I said, come on, how much you gonna pay high bidder?
This suit,
Yeah,
high bidder.
yeah, we're gonna make money somewhere, right? We getting,
Yeah, I mean,
pull all with, which end do you know?
But you do like, now I understand why you're so sweet.
You see that?
Nice.
This is where you say, okay.
Yes, it's true. Thank you, Dee Anna. Thank you, Jerry, for clutching me.
What was your thought right there? I mean, were both of them assholes right there?
Yeah.
Yeah? And here's... And here... Relax. It's conditioned, it's learned, conditioned, reactional. It has nothing to do with y'all, even though you're assholes.
and I didn't look at her, and I was still in agreement.
And you were still in agreement, right? No, it's not.
Poor Gary, you get the blame for everything.
I'm telling you.
The dilemma is not that whether they are assholes or
They
not.
should come down with me down in Connecticut. Let's go down there, have our own ball down there. We're up in our own business.
The dilemma is that if they're wrong for being assholes. Right, and I watched your whole character change, and I watched your vitality go away when you made them wrong for being assholes. Not that they were just, they're like two delightful kids over there. Right? And it's like, how can you idiots do that? But the dilemma is not that they're doing it. The dilemma is not that they're assholes. The dilemma is, are they right or are they wrong? Can you appreciate them or not? Regardless of how
We
different
do,
they are.
right, Dave?
What?
We do. Appreciate it.
Because you're a man, you're dumb. Women's are smart.
Who told you that? Somebody brainwashed
That's the
you.
difference.
That's somebody brainwashed
That's
you.
why the difference between the general and the team.
But men are not dumb.
Who
Men
told
are
you that?
dense.
What school you go?
Men are,
They're dense.
they're dense, yeah.
It's easier for men to appreciate than it is for women. And this is why when I say men love women, the opposite cannot be said.
No?
I know, and then men do that. No, no. Men are the romantics, not the women.
Yes. Help me out.
What?
I don't quite see or feel that it's easy for men particularly to appreciate
It's
women.
not.
I don't think that that's
It's
a true statement. Okay.
It's
I
easy for
haven't
him
felt
to
that.
appreciate.
Yes.
It is?
Him.
It's easy to appreciate him?
It's easy for him to appreciate.
Appreciate, period.
Watch him. Watch how much he appreciates people.
Okay.
That's a wholesale truth.
You know, it's part of who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's part of who we all are. We all appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm listening, like, you're grabbing onto bits of data. Well, I don't think men appreciate, neither do I.
Well,
Most men are
yeah.
assholes, and they don't appreciate anything in their lives. Haleakala, the Hawaiian guy, said the reason that we have dilemmas with our mechanical vehicles is because people don't appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't just, hey, thanks for just getting me here. You know, thanks for, starting. Thanks for, he says people get in their cars and they're in a pissed off mood, and they don't think that it affects anything around them. He said, just try appreciating everything in your life and see what shifts, right? And not falsely appreciating it. Everything you got, every time the car starts, whoa.
Especially winter time, you can go nowhere with the car.
Yeah.
You freeze to death.
Yeah.
You close 2 o'clock in the morning, the store, nobody run, now the start go run. What are you going to do now? Go where? There's no motel not too far.
And we have that RV. The reason we have the RV is because Nicole loves it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I take it to Mitch, I say, I want to sell the damn thing, and Nicole's, nah, I'll get productive. I want this RV.
I called to talk to you on that day where you were taking me to see Mitch. Oh, I can get $35,000 for the RV. I was. You gonna sell the RV? Yeah.
No?
Yeah and no.
Right.
Yeah, willing to
I
go
had
there.
no fucking chance to sell it.
All right, and Nicole got a hold of your plans. But I saw it, but now I see the full circle of it.
Right.
Of willing to go there.
Yeah.
And see, I'll get productive. If that'll get her productive, the RV will get her down here to train my wife and the women, and shop that RV around.
Yep. I'll drive it everywhere I have to.
Yeah.
You see, and then Chris goes to his dad last night and says, what do you want? Like it's a relevant question. Like there has to be an answer. And it's not even a relevant question.
Right.
Right? The question is not designed to get an answer. The design is to take people to a realm of no conclusions. Right? If he tells you what he wants, that's not it anyway, and it'll shift or change. Right? He's gonna get what he wants.
Right.
How do you know?
Because he's doing it.
He's proven it over and over again.
Right.
Right? He sets his sights on something,
Right.
and then he goes and gets it. Right. Now, in most people's minds, he's wrong for doing that. Oh,
Yeah.
fucking immigrants. The bastards come over and take over our fucking country.
Immigrant Republicans.
Right? And
Thank God.
when I was
Who's this?
any immigrant, everybody, if they see a successful immigrant, they're wrong for being successful. Oh, they're coming over and taking our country. Well, that's because you ain't taking a piece of it.
Mexicans.
That's exactly what they told me this morning. If you're going to work on the business, you can have your piece. If not, the welfare people are going to take it and eat it up.
Yeah. I sat in first class with a young kid. He was trying to get some sleep until we got talking business. Right? He and his brother started a software company that's going to $45 million this year or something. And they were looking at bringing my company in for the human factor end of it, just to see could their employees get along. Because as they're growing, that's one thing nobody has expertise in. Right? They know their software, they know how to put the systems in place, and every entrepreneur that I've talked to has said that is successful, this end of my business works, and this end is the financial end. I've got a great financial guy, right? But this end doesn't work, and it's the human factor end, trying to get people to fucking cooperate.
Yep, that's a big problem in business.
Yeah, and so this young kid and I got talking, and he said, my brother had this idea in software, we're marketing it, this. I said, where are you from? And he said, LA. And I said, no.
India.
He says, New York right now. And I said, no. And he said, we're originally from Iran.
Yeah.
And I said, you are who I lecture about. And he said, what? I said, the immigrant who comes over here, who only knows that they can be successful. Right? They don't have all the conditioning that you've been through, that I've been through, all the mind fucking that goes on in this country that tells us that we can't. You come over, it's like there's no rules. It's the land of opportunity. I can do whatever I want. Right? We have all these standards that are illusional, hysterical, and have nothing to do with reality that keep us from being successful.
You take the average youth, you know, what they do, so they finish, get paid. What the next thing gonna do?
Go spend it.
Damn right. And they go to the bar, or they buy a luxury car, which they can't afford it. They're up to here with the bills. And they go to the bar, and next day they say, you know, last night I had a good time. I was so drunk, I couldn't remember how I came home. What kind of question is that?
Right.
And not just the idiot, no, average American guy. I was so drunk, I'm shaking. I'm like, why is that? Why you get drunk?
The beauty of it, we own a bar.
Right. Right, that's it.
But the question is, why you get drunk? You know, if you drink, I'm not against that. You get a cup of coffee. You enjoy a cup of coffee. Fine, drink the damn coffee. Why you drink 20 cups? Oh, I can drink 40 if I want to. What's the point? Why
There
you
is
drink
none.
40? If you enjoy a cup of coffee, it's not for you. That's what you're supposed to have. Not 40 cups. Well, you know how much money I have? Who the hell cares how much you have? 1 cup, 2 of the most, you're done. Let's go out.
I'm hoping that they all have 40 cups and they get pancreatic cancer and die.
There. I mean, there's no reason to get drunk and you remember. You gotta feel sorry for the other people. You want to kill them, kill yourself or something. No.
I can't go there anymore.